Song covers can be a fun way to express your love over an idol group or singer, but it can be frustrating when your videos are getting no views. Haha, totally not speaking from experience. You've taken the time to pick out a song, recording it, and even got the courage to upload it. How can you make your cover stand out from the rest of the crowd without spending your money that could have been used to max out your favorite gacha character? I'm going to share 3 things that you can do to the vocals to make your cover stand out just that more. I have a confession to make. I was in the camp of people who were so strict on having to sing a song in the original key. The composer wrote it in this key for a purpose. I shouldn't be changing it, she says, even though clearly she did a whole music theory exam just on transposing. Maybe the purpose was because it fit their voice's range? Oh, you silly past baby Lynn, what were you thinking? So yes, try adjusting the song's key to fit your voice. You will find a pitch where your voice just resonates with that song. When I sing male idol group songs, I might not be able to reach the low notes. Instead of sounding cool, I just sounded mumbly. Rather than struggling with it and the microphone not picking up those notes, I raise the key semitone by semitone to find the one that makes me sound even cooler. For high notes, it's a little different. While I can hit those notes with falsetto, the original singer may have sung it with a belting voice. This creates a different feeling and emotion, or what I like to call color of the sound. That's not to say you can't sing it with falsetto. Sometimes it might suit the arrangement or style you're going for. Yoasobi songs are quite high. If I left Ano Yume o Nazotte in the original key, I will be switching between falsetto and chest voice in the middle of the run, causing it to sound awkward. By lowering it 3 semitones, I could do the swap between the runs instead, making the phrase sound smoother. Once you have the key decided, it's time to add some embellishments. There are 2 kinds of harmonies, the ones found in the original version of the song that you can use, and the ones you come up with for your specific cover. Now, I am not going to go into the details about the theory behind harmonies and how to even pick them out. Context-wise, I am classically trained and had to go over a dozen music theory exams, so it's literally ingrained into my brain at this point, so I will need a whole separate video just to go over harmonies. However, this video by another creator goes over the process and the general feel of why particular notes work really well as harmony notes. In general, harmonies are super useful to add to solo covers. It adds an extra layer of vocals, which helps round out the song, especially if the original was sung by a group. A single vocal track may make the song sound too thin. You can build up tension or add emphasis to sections of the song. Everyone loves that dissonant chord making you hold your breath until you can get that sweet, sweet release with the resolving note. And finally, it can be a way to show off your vocal range. Flex your strengths. Go, go! They're also really impressive to listen to a cappella. Just add a sprinkle of reverb and then it'll sound real cool. Wow, Lynn, you sure said a lot of positive things about harmonies. Why don't you say the worst problem with adding them? Using harmonies is like a double-edged sword. If done well, it can really bring out the hidden gems of your cover. If done not so well, you might feel like you want to toss the cover into the Atlantic Ocean and hope it ends up in the Bermuda Triangle. Make it disappear from existence. You're not aiming for the nasties in Trombone Champ, are you? There can be several chord progressions that would work for a phrase, depending on the interpretation, but incorrect harmonies outside of those will ruin your cover. If you feel like that's the case, then it might be better to just leave the harmonies out. You can still do things like doubling the melody or singing it at octave higher or lower to make the sound fuller. Or you can do something completely out there by adding custom melody lines. The word ad-lib can vary in meaning depending on who you talk to, but in song covers, I do mean both common explanations. First, doing freestyle runs or additional embellishments on existing notes. This can be adding scoops to notes like, or in true JYP fashion, hold the last note of a phrase by making it do a cross-country marathon. The other term is simply adding anything new that wasn't a part of the original version of the song. A common way would be to add a rap or spoken words during an instrumental break. Another example would be to add overlapping notes when you're singing the main melody. Compared to harmonies, you are given much more creative freedom in adding ad-libs to the song. Quite a lot of K-pop and J-pop songs will feature their main vocalist belting ad-libs during the last chorus. So if the song you chose doesn't already include these, this would be an easy way to add them, or you can change the existing ad-libs to something you like instead. With my cover of King, I actually used all 3 elements that I explained. I was not going to get those higher notes in the chorus if I sung it in the original key. King does have a large range, so I was really careful in choosing a key that I could sing both both the low register, but also be able to belt out the higher notes. Harmonies. King doesn't have too many harmonies built into the song. I think the pre-chorus section has it the most. I wanted the chorus to sound fuller, so I also sung an octave lower and doubled the "You are king" line. And finally, ad-libs. During the break between the first chorus and the second verse, I added whispered notes. And the post-last chorus featured an extended held note with a moving harmony line. King is one of the most covered songs across VTubers and utaites, so you can see a lot of variation of covers to make each one stand out on YouTube search results. Directly copying ad-libs done by someone else is a little bit frowned upon, but for sure you should be taking inspiration from other covers to see what you can do to make yours different. And don't forget to have fun!